Are there real benefits to solar? Can you save money, or is it all a scam? Why do so many people do it? And if it does make sense, why doesn't everyone have it? I'll be covering these questions and more in this video. Hi, I'm Tom with Premier Roof Solar. I've been helping homeowners save money on their power bill for the last 5 years through solar. In this video, I'll be covering some information to help you figure out if solar makes sense for you. The number one qualifier for solar is whether or not you're the homeowner. If you're not, then most likely this video is not for you. However, if you're a renter and you have a great relationship with the landlord, then it could still work out. Now, if in fact you are the homeowner, then this is definitely for you. You may have already seen tons of ads online.
Have a power meter that looks like this.
Meter like this on the
opportunity to get paid.
Get paid to go solar.
See, a new government-sponsored program.
New clean energy program. You don't have to pay anything for
solar panels at no cost to you.
Absolutely no net cost. At no net cost.
At no cost to you. It costs nothing to get the solar panel.
And even paying a few $1,000s.
Get a check for $2,000.
$2,500.
This meter run backwards.
Your power meter will run backwards, so you never have to pay it again.
And you'll never have to make a utility bill payment again.
You would never have to pay for electricity.
Maybe you've seen some DIY stuff online about it, or you've heard that it costs tens of thousands of dollars, or maybe, just maybe, you've heard some horror stories about people paying for solar and it doesn't work, or they're paying more for electricity now that they do have solar. Today I'm going to show you 2 ways to think about solar so you can determine whether or not it makes sense for you.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
But first, let me address something I just mentioned. If someone's paying more for electricity after getting solar, then they either got put on a very bad payment plan or they're using more electricity than they were before, which is very common. And if someone's paying for solar and it doesn't work at all and they can't get it fixed, then more than likely they went with a company that had no long-term plans to stay in business and they're no longer around. So just keep in mind, you don't want to go with the cheapest guys out there because lack of profitability is the main reason solar companies go out of business. I'll be covering both of these things in detail in the future, so check the description below. Now, what is the real cost of solar? That's a very good, very loaded question.
How much does it cost?
There's a lot of information out there and it's hard to make sense of it all. A solar project can cost tens of thousands of dollars. This doesn't mean, however, that it's an additional cost or additional expense. And that's where the cost savings comes in. If you're like me or pretty much anyone else who's a homeowner, then you're paying for electricity. Same thing goes for water, and then maybe gas and cable, insurance, cell phones, etc. There's tons of things that everyone's paying for all the time that you're not going to get away from.
Bill.
In a nutshell, there are 2 ways to pay for solar. Number 1, upfront as a cash investment. Yes, investment. More on that later. Number 2, some type of monthly payment plan, which means one of 2 things. First, let's talk monthly, since that's the most common way people do it to get immediate savings. If you're paying for solar monthly, then you can get it for no money down. No, not free.
There's no such thing as a free luncheon.
I mean no money down. This means no money out of pocket. Yes, you will still be paying for solar, but you'll be replacing your existing power bill that you've already been paying with a lower solar bill. Depending on how you structure the monthly payment, you can pay a lot less immediately. I'm talking 30 to 40% less. And you can set it up so that there's no payments until it's actually active. There are a variety of terms, a variety of loans, and even non-loans, which means no debt to your name. By non-loan, I mean lease, and there are a variety of leases, but as I just mentioned, there's no debt associated with it. And there are benefits to that. This would be no different than switching cable providers because you're getting a better deal now.
Oh, I get it.
Lease versus loan and which one's better is going to depend on what your goals are and what your situation is. Now on to investment. If you're paying it all up front, then you've invested a large lump sum. Tens of thousands of dollars, but you're essentially eliminating your monthly payment. With no monthly payment, you begin making your return on investment as soon as the system's live. This will take typically 4 to 6 years, if not sooner, since the utility companies always increase the rates from 1 year to the next. So before going this route, you may want to ask yourself, how long are you going to be in this home? Will you be in this home that long? There is an added bonus to paying it all up front and having no monthly payment. Typically in Southern California, it adds about 3% to the value of the home since there are no monthly payments and it's a cost that everyone has to pay, electricity. So you will make your return on investment no matter what. Now, all the numbers I gave you, the 4 to 6 years, the 30 to 40%, is all on a general basis. Depending on how ideal your roof is, what kind of work needs to be done to get your home solar ready, if any, or if you have something very customized that you want, then the numbers are going to vary. In some cases, it doesn't even make sense to go solar, meaning you don't qualify. To find out what your exact numbers are, click the link below to set an appointment or give me a call. And remember to like and subscribe to be notified of future videos.